Yeah, it's recording. Okay. So if you have any doubts or any questions, you can ask me at the end or in the middle. Okay. Myself, I'm Srikanth. I'm having almost like 9 years of IT industry experience, and on Salesforce, I have like 6.5 years. Earlier, I was on Android, Java, J2ME. You heard about this? Right. Yeah. So I deal those technologies. Past like 9 years, I was on training and on real-time projects as well. Ready? So I see some of the people in the online who are experienced and you people are some fresher candidates. No problem. Okay. So before coming to this demo, have you heard about Salesforce? Right? Online people, you? Okay. So, so what exactly the Salesforce is? We'll see today, right? And what is my agenda today is I would like to introduce you what is a cloud computing and what exactly the Salesforce is. Whether I am eligible for the Salesforce to learn or not, and what is the way, and what is the path I can decide if I choose a Salesforce, and how we deal, how is going to be deal inside a Salesforce, and how we place the candidates, and what are the approaches. We'll discuss everything in a quick and ready? Yeah. So online people, someone has messaged me. Okay. Right. So if anyone having doubts, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. Ready? Okay. See, Salesforce. Salesforce is not a technology as like your Java or a .NET. Okay. Salesforce.com is a company name. It's a vendor. Vendor means who provided services to us. Okay. We are receiving some services from that vendor. We will utilize those services. We'll see that one later. But first of all, you have to know it. Salesforce.com is a vendor. It's a company which provided some services. So they has like CRM product, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, plus some other clouds are there where we are going to be work. Clear this point? Okay. And the Salesforce is comes under cloud computing. What's that? Cloud computing. Cloud computing. Have you heard about cloud computing? Have you worked on cloud computing? No? No? But every day you're working on cloud computing. You know it? I'll tell you, see. You break this board into two pieces here. Okay. So you break this board into two pieces. Cloud computing. Cloud is nothing but an internet. Computing is nothing but doing something, or the internet is nothing but a cloud computing. I'm not saying exact definitions. Okay, this is not a definition class. Even we don't want to go for a definitions. We'll only the technical people, real time. Okay, so let's say for example, you opened your Facebook, okay, Facebook, and you upload a video or a photo. It's stored in your desktop. It's stored in your mobile. No, it's stored somewhere in the server. That means you use the cloud computing application, and you're browsing some videos. Is those videos available in your mobile? No, somewhere in the cloud servers, and you're utilizing of it. You're seeing of that one. All those comes under as cloud-related kind of an applications. Now the world has been changed. The revolution is now on the cloud computing. I'll tell you one of the simple examples also. But before going that, you understood what exactly cloud is? Now everything is related to the data. Everything is related to the data. Even the Salesforce is also deals with the data. In olden days, we deal with data only. Where you store the data? We store data in the papers, in the files, right? Now where we are storing data? Storing data in the Excel sheet. like before like 10 years, 7 years back, we store our data in the Excel sheets. Still people are using Excel sheets, spreadsheets, you can see, right? Now data is storing in the cloud. Cloud. There are some CRMs out there. Okay, I'll go in depth into it. But right now, if you want to know what exactly the cloud computing means, break that word into two pieces. Cloud is nothing but an internet. Computing means doing something. That means whatever you're doing on the cloud is always related to your cloud computing. The best example, you are sending an emails, you're posting the videos, Twitter using, Instagram using, Facebook's using, and Salesforce. All are cloud computing related applications. Clear? We all are end users of those applications. We are using of that. Ready? Okay. In cloud computing generally, three services are there. Generally. Okay. So I can call it as IPS. IPS, not IPS officers. Okay. It's an IPS. Like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So we can call it as a service. What do you mean by as a service? So as a service means based on your requirement, if I supply that information to you, that becomes as a service. Pay per use. Right? I'll give you best examples for you. Do you know MS Office? Everyone using. Earlier, we buy the MS Office, like 4,000 or 5,000 that software product key, and we'll buy everything and we'll install it. But I use only the MS Word and PPT. I'm not using the spreadsheet. I'm not using that OneNote or what are some of the features. I'm not using. Right? The wastage, right? Now it came like a subscription. What's that? Subscriptions. Tata Sky subscriptions. Netflix subscriptions. Like for example, I watch only the sports HD channel. I'll pay only amount for it. Right? Being a person, I don't want to watch the serials. I don't want to watch the web series. I only watch the sports. So I'll pay money for only for sports channels and I can utilize of it. That is called pay per use. You can find such kind of services on the cloud computing if you utilize these services. Are you getting the point? I'm just giving some real-time examples, make you to better understanding, right? So cloud computing generally provides infrastructure, platform, software. Infrastructure means resources like servers, database, network. All those comes under as infrastructure. Platform means where you can build your own application on the cloud. Let's say, for example, you consider we all are the people. Okay, we all are the people, and we are ready to develop a Facebook related kind of an application, right? Right? Are you getting the point? You consider we develop the Facebook application. Just an imaginary point. We develop the Facebook application. Now we have like 5 members are there utilizing of that application. We launched it. Today 100 people came. Tomorrow 1,000, millions, billions. People are accessing your application. What about the performance of your application? Will be degraded? Obviously. Right? So I have to take care of that, increasing the performance of my application even though billions of users are hitting my application at the same time. That kind of applications we have to build. That kind of networks we need. That kind of servers, that kind of databases we require to maintain such kind of an applications. It's a big problem for a small scale industries actually. You cannot build such kind of an applications. So that's why cloud computing came to the picture. Boss, don't worry. You build application in my platform. You can utilize my resources and you can build your application. Okay, only pay amount for it. That's it. Right? So nowadays, how the world has been changing means I will pay amount to utilize those resources, I can build some large enterprise applications, big, large applications. Rest of the things will be taken care by the vendor, right? So for every application you're going to be built, these three services are very important. Infrastructure is important, right? Like right now you're sitting on a chair, right? That's an infrastructure what is provided by the switch for you, right? So platform means we build the application there in the platform, right? Software as a service means we utilize the applications. Let's say, for example, Gmail, Twitter, Facebook. Those are the applications we are using. That means we are using software as a service. Already application has built by some of the Facebook company, and we are the end users. We are utilizing that application. That comes under as software as a service. We are end users. What are the services that are given? Simply we are utilizing it, right? We are not doing any modifications. We are simply utilizing of it. Then that comes under software as a service. Okay. Some companies may give like free services. Some companies may give like paid. It depends on the service. For example, here I like to tell you one more example, better example to make you better understand what is the power of cloud computing. You'll come to know. See, let's say for example, you have your own house and there is a power problem in your house. Who will take it care? Obviously, we will take it care. There is a water resource problem is there. Who will take it care? Obviously, we will take it care, right? But if I be as a tenant, if there is any water problem, I simply complain to the vendor. I'll simply complain to the owner. So he will be taken care. And I'm saying the same resource. I'm utilizing the better resource. Okay. I can utilize the better infrastructure with the less cost. Are you getting the point? Okay. So that much of power is there on the cloud computing. That's what subscriptions came to the picture. Pay per use. You have only limited uses, pay for it. We will provide you. That's what world has been changed. Earlier, it's very difficult to be maintained actually. I'll show you it. See, the traditional technology. So there are two things are there: modern technology, traditional technology. So to make you better understand, still I didn't test what exactly the Salesforce is because I would like to give a background of what exactly the cloud computing is doing. Okay, so I'll come to the Salesforce again. So where that two technologies are there, one is traditional and another one is modern technology. Traditional technology means, for example, to make you better understanding, have you used Excel sheets, MS Office? To install MS Office, you require Microsoft operating system. Isn't it or not? It's a mandatory. To install Microsoft operating system, you need a RAM, you need a hard disk, minimum capacity, at least like 2 GB RAM. Nowadays, 2 GB RAM is required. Okay, 94 GB hard disk is required. Okay, what? I want to run a bloody Excel sheet, boss. One Excel sheet I want to be run, but it requires MS Office, OS, RAM, hard disk, some and so on, right? But I want to run only one Excel sheet, right? So such kind of dependency is there. Okay, boss, I'll buy MS Office with 4,000 and MS Office, Microsoft related operating system, licensed operating system with 10K, and I'll go for a RAM, the computer with 30K. Boss, only for me, I want to run one Excel sheet. At least I have to put 30K, 30,000, right? What about my employees? I have hundreds of employees in my company. Are you getting the point? Right? 100 into 30. Huge. Still, I didn't develop my application, but I want to put investment on my resources. That's the problem of traditional technology. So even I have an idea of my application to support the idea of my application. What I require is I require network, storage, services, virtualization, operating system, middleware, data or runtime, whatever it may be. And here is your application. So that means you require a manpower, stress, and it's a high budget. High budget is required on the traditional technology. So now every aspect, every ratio of this aspect is going to be maintained by you, right? So what happens in the modern technology? Let's say, have you worked on Google Apps, right? Google Drive. Have you seen Google Drive? In the Google Drive, I can simply develop a PPT, board, spreadsheet, anything I can do it in the Google Drive. Even I can store my data up to 100 GB. 17 GB is free. If you want to go more than enough, 100 GB based on the basic plans, whatever you can purchase, you can subscribe and you can utilize it. Clear what I'm trying to say? Okay. So this comes under modern technology. Because modern technology do not require software. These are required software. You use Java application here. You worked on Java, right? In your college time. C, C++, what? They require softwares. To run that exe file, to run that Java file, to get that Java C file, you need .exe file. .exe means software. Salesforce do not require any software. Cloud computing do not require any software. So now, if I go for a Google subscriptions, Google App subscriptions, I don't require any software. What I need only the browser. I need only the account in the Google. I can utilize my applications. Let's say, for example, here you can see these are the apps I can utilize, right? I have simple only Google application. I have an account in the Google. That's it. I can utilize all these applications. I can use YouTube. I can use Meet, right? Gmail, every day we are using, Drive we are using. Okay, you can create, see, I stored a space here. I have 100 GB space, right? This comes under modern technology. Now I don't require any software. Okay, I simply come here, I click on Google Docs, I can create a document here, a document will be created. Now, for example, let's come back to the traditional technology again. I developed a Word document here. I developed my resume and I gave that resume to you and asked for the modification. And you put that, I gave it that resume in the form of like in .exe or dot format, .doc format, okay, in a pen drive. Okay, you put in your system and you open it. You don't have a Microsoft Office. Will you modify it? No, right? But if I give a document here in the modern technology that on cloud computing, even I am typing here, some other person also can view it directly. You can share that document. You can share the document. Multiple resources can work on the same document at a time. That is the power of cloud computing. That's why every company is looking towards to the cloud computing to reduces their maintenances. Okay. So now when it comes to the modern technology, there are different services are there people are going to be used. Okay. So infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. As a service means paper used, remember it. Okay. Infrastructure. So these are the four things are maintained by your infrastructure and rest of the things you are going to be maintained. I need only the infrastructure. Okay. Rest of the things will be taken care means you just buy only these services. There are some vendors. Google is one of the vendor which provides the infrastructure. IBM is one of the vendor, #1 vendor, which provides the infrastructure. Okay. And now you have to be remember because you came to the Salesforce sessions. In which area Salesforce is providing the services as a vendor? There are three services are there. In these three services, what are the services the Salesforce is giving? You have to be remember, right? So these four things are maintained by your Salesforce. And sorry, these are maintained by you and these are maintained by the vendor where you are taking. If you comes as a platform as a service, platform will cover middleware and operating system. only that NO.1 you are going to be maintained. That means you are going to build your application. Okay. Rest of the things will be maintained by the vendor who is taking your subscription. Right? So now, when it comes to the cloud, everything maintained by the vendor. You simply utilize of it. For example, your Facebook, your Twitter, you're using simply their applications. We are not modifying anything. Have you modified any Twitter? You modified any Instagram? No. Facebook? No. You're simply using those things, right? That comes under software as a services. So we have Amazon, Salesforce, Google, the IBM. These are the vendors who provided the services. Okay, Amazon and IBMs are the #1 in the position. Who is supplying the infrastructure as a #1? You can see it here, the major services. So Salesforce will provide only platform as a service and software as a service. Are you getting the point? Salesforce will only provide platform as a service, software as a service. That means rest of the things will be taken care by the Salesforce. Simply, you have a thought, you just implement an application. The maintenance of the application will be taken care by your Salesforce. Salesforce will give some services to you. You have to utilize those services and you have to develop your own application, or else you can simply utilize those services to maintain by your business. If those are suitable to your business, you can opt at it. If not, you can reject it. You want to go for a somewhat extensions? Yes, you can customize it because they are already given a platform. So what are my strike points is Salesforce is a vendor which provides services for you. Platform as a service, software as a service. Cloud computing means doing something on the internet is always relates to your cloud computing. It's not a definition. It's an understanding. Every day we are working on the cloud computing. Every day we are posting information into the cloud. We are utilizing the information on the cloud. That two things are there: traditional technology, modern technology. We are on modern technology, that too specifically on the cloud computing revolution unit. Here on cloud computing. The better example of cloud computing is your drives, Google Apps. We use drives, we can store the data, we use PPTs, we use documents, everything will be there. Do we require a software? No. Even the Salesforce, if you are working on the Salesforce, you don't require any software, right? Let's say I will compare my Salesforce with some of the certain things because we are getting into the Salesforce now. Understand? Okay. In olden days, we store data in the files, right? Like our father's time. We store data in the papers, files. Is there any stories for it? If they damage, if the paper has been damaged, can you replicate again back? No. No. No, right? Now, someone is, okay, he's giving answers. Fine. Okay. So now, if next, like before 10 years or 7 years back, we stored data in Excel sheets. You know the power of Excel sheet? You can store the data, you can connect the data to any kind of databases. You can write some validations on the data. You can prepare some charts on the Excel sheets, everything. Let me show you. If I open this one, let me open an Excel sheet. This is not Excel sheet, this is a CSV file. You know CSV? Comma separated value. I'll tell you later. See, this is an Excel sheet, right? See, I can give a column like this, right? I can give a name like this. What is this? Column. You guys can see my screen? I guess now you can see, right? Yeah. See, what is this? This is a column. This is an Excel sheet which I opened. This is a column, and this is a name which I given here. This is a data. We can call it as a cell. We can call it as a column. This is a value, and this complete thing is nothing but a row, and this thing is nothing but a tab. We can call it as a table. Okay, we'll come to that one later. So we can store the data on the Excel sheets. Even see, you can write some validations. You can filterize the data. Okay, even you can create some charts respective to the data. What is the value, right? So these are the things what we already done in the Excel sheets, even in the colleges or somewhat you go and try also. Okay, we do the same things inside a Salesforce. Yes. Are you getting the point? What are the stuff you're doing on the Excel sheet? We do the same thing inside a Salesforce. Yes, I can create a tabs like this. I can create an object like this. I can create a column like this. I can create a data like this. I can also create a record like this. Okay. I can also create a charts like this based on the data what I'm having inside a Salesforce. Even I can create, there is a coding stuff will be there inside this macros, VB script. Even I can write a code in my Salesforce. So such kind of an activities also is there. What are the stuff we are doing on the Excel sheet? We can do the same thing on the Salesforce. Learning of Salesforce is very simple. No matter of going for existing knowledge. You know how to operate mobile? You know how to operate system? You know how to operate Excel sheet? Then it's very easy to learn Salesforce. Yes, it's very easy to work on Salesforce. But only one thing you have to remember is understand the requirement. Understand the user, understand the client given requirement. You can call it as CR, client requirements. You have to understand it. Once you understand it, this framework is very simple to work on Salesforce. Very, very simple. No matter how knowledge you got, no matter how much percentage you gained in your academics, it's nowhere related to this. You know how to operate a mobile, you know how to operate the system. If you know how to operate the Excel sheet, then it's very easy to operate your Salesforce. Do you create account in a Facebook? Do you create account in a Google? Similarly, you can create account inside a Salesforce. Is someone trying you to use these applications here to create an account? Is someone trying you to use these applications? No one, right? You simply go there and access and understand the functionality of this one. Similarly, you can do it on Salesforce, right? You won't believe me? It's very simple working on Salesforce. Okay, fine. Reset? There is no disadvantage with the Excel sheet. No, if it is there are disadvantages, they can stop it. Right? Yes. This is a software. The data stores in your local machine. The data which I created in my Salesforce will store in the cloud, not in my local machine. That is the only difference. Okay. See, even from my Excel sheet, I can also connect to the databases. Where it is? Yeah, I can connect it to the databases, some external systems from my Excel sheet. Even Salesforce can also interact with some other third-party applications, some third-party legacy systems. It brings the data. Okay. So now let's come in depth into the Salesforce. What we do inside a Salesforce. Okay. We can create an account inside a Salesforce, user account inside a Salesforce. As you create a user account in the Facebook, Gmail, similarly you can create it. I'll show you that. Okay, that's one thing. And what else is there inside a Salesforce means we simply store data. What we do inside Salesforce? We store data inside a Salesforce. That's it. Nothing. Why we use Salesforce means we use Salesforce to store the data. We will have some backups of the data. We store the data in different servers. There is a backups. Easy, fast access of my data. right? Which data? It depends what kind of a project you are working. I can store my customer data, I can store my orders information, I can store my products information, whatever it may be, right? The bottom line of the Salesforce is Salesforce is a vendor. That different services came to the market. I'm going to touch that point later. But what we can do inside a Salesforce means we can store data. Clear? To work on Salesforce, you need an account, user account, as like Facebook, as like your Gmail. Clear? Okay. Now, if I talk about Salesforce, okay, from Salesforce, different products came to the market. Okay, in one of the product is nothing but CRM. What is that? Yeah, customer relationship management. Customer relationship management means hmm. Interaction with the customer. What you do with interaction? No, there is a life cycle for CRM actually. Okay, yeah, there will be a life cycle for a CRM. We'll touch that one in when it comes to the regular sessions. But to make you better understanding what exactly the CRM is, for easy understanding. Okay, because we are the trainers, we will give some real-time examples. Very silly examples, but you can easily understand what exactly it is. In my childhood, okay, I'll go to only one shop to buy my household products. Why, you know? Because that shopkeeper, when I go to the shop, he's always giving chocolates to me. Every day I'll go there, every day, for household products. Not only me, my friends also go there. I given some more publicity that shopkeeper is giving some chocolates if I buy some products there. That means he's giving something discount. He's giving something offer to me. He offered me. I like that offer. So not only me, I just given some campaign about that shopkeeper to my friends. So my friends also. So you see, he attracted some customers. That shopkeeper has placed a perfect CRM on me. He satisfied me every time when I go there. He know how to deal a customer, right? So that comes under CRM. Now, you all of the people, okay, I said the demo is at 10, okay, 10 a.m., okay, you came, but I didn't start it till 10:20, and you're waiting for me. Just imagine, I didn't start it like 10:20, okay, and you waited for me, but I didn't give any response to you, right? I lost my customers, right? I lost the trustness of my customers, okay? So to maintain, CRM is a global concept, boss. It's a global concept. Every business need a CRM. Okay, so that's why it came to the software formats. The different companies has been inherit this CRM concept, right? Let's say, for example, there is a product. I will campaign on that product. I will advertisement on that product. I will attract the leads. I'll convert the leads to a customer, and I will serve to those customers. All this comes under as a life cycle. There are some life cycle. I'm going to touch down in the next session, that life cycle of CRM. Okay, so this is a beautiful product, comes from the Salesforce. This CRM is a global concept. So many companies inherit this concept. SAP CRM, Joho CRM, okay, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, Salesforce CRM. Out of all the CRMs, Salesforce CRM is a number one in the market. You know why? Because of maintenances, easy, subscriptions wise, futures wise. Every customer, you know, 90% of customers are migrating to the Salesforce. There is a huge market on the Salesforce, huge market, not only for experienced people. For freshers, there is a huge market on Salesforce. People are looking for a trained freshers on the Salesforce. Are you getting the point? Now, small companies, medium scale companies, level 3 companies, MNCs, everyone is looking for a Salesforce. So there are huge openings for a Salesforce. This is the right time for you to go up on the Salesforce platform. So this is a beautiful product, world number one CRM product, which came to the market, and we are going to be deal that. in the next coming days. Got it? And some of the services are there, like we are going to deal like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. We are going to deal Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. We are going to put that in your resumes. Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, CRM-based activities, all these things. Okay. We'll deal in the next sessions what exactly the Sales Cloud is, what is a Service Cloud. Okay. For example, to make you better understand, just a limit. Okay. So now you consider, I have a product, I'm running a company, I have a product, I have a sanitizer. Okay. I want to sell that sanitizer to you. What I will do? If I'm not doing any campaign, will I get a customer? No, I have to start a campaign. Once I start a campaign, leads came to the picture. Okay, leads came to the picture and they're asking me, okay, I want to buy those sanitizers. Those comes and they showed interest on me, on my product, right? Are you getting the point? Now I can convert that to a customer. All these things comes into the sales cloud. Once they buy a sanitizer, they got something problem with that. They are raising case to me and I have to serve to those customers. This comes under service cloud. Are you getting the point? So we are going to be deal these two clouds respective to your project. So generally, if you go to the Amirpet or something else, people will always deal with the conceptual. Like conceptual means what is Salesforce, what is an object, what is a field. But if you go into the enterprise perspective point, people will never ask you what is an object, what is a Salesforce. They will never, I'm sure. They will never ask you what is a Salesforce. They will never ask you what is an object. They will never ask you what is a field. They'll ask you different. You created an object. What is the purpose of creating an object? Can you tell me the business situation? What makes you to create that object? Give me the business situation. What makes you to create that object? Then no answers. Because people know how to create an object, but they don't know what is the purpose to create that object. Okay, we cover that layer. That means being a real-time person, what we expect in the real time is this kind of, we need a situations. Why you create that object? What is the purpose? What is the business purpose to create it? We need such kind of things. Are you getting the point? So what my intention is from day one onwards, not day zero, this is a demo. Okay, from day one onwards, we are working on the project. So generally how people do, like they'll explain all the concepts. After that project, they'll explain the project and they'll wind up the sessions. But the sessions are designed here. The sessions are designed here is day one project. You directly working on the project. We will use such kind of situations for you. We will prepare a data dictionary. These are old sessions. So this is a project. Okay, like this, I give a project for you. Okay, and explanations wise, everything will be there. And there are some user stories. We deal with the user stories. This is happened in the real time. This what we miss in Amirpet. That's what we are covering here. Got it? So we will deal with the user story from day one onwards. Okay. So we will work on agile process. Just give me a second here. Yeah. See, we deal with such kind of in user stories. We gather the requirements. I want to introduce a new thing, because in a real time, if you go to the real time, okay, so you work on agile process. Any computer science student, right? Right? Methodologies, waterfall methodologies, right? Similarly, in a real time, we work on agile process, sprint structures. So every week we have a sprint like this. We deal with sprints. Sprint. We have a requirements. We gather the requirements. Okay. We'll break we'll break those requirements into some of the user stories, and those user stories come to a sprint. That's a, we can call it as a time period. 2 weeks sprint. Like for every 2 weeks, we'll work on these user stories, and the 2 weeks deployments go, right? So in a real time, what happens is we work on the sales cloud and service cloud. In the agile process, we deal here the sessions with an agile methodology and sprint technology. And sprint user stories. Okay, and every week there will be a deployment story. This is not happening in the outside. When the teachers are training you, they'll give only one deployment session. They'll show you only how to deploy that. But here, every week we have a deployment. Every week we have to store our code in the repositories. So those things will be happen in our sessions. What we do in a real time, you do it in a classroom level here. Are you getting the point? So that's why I like people to come to the classroom level. Even the people who are in the online, my suggestion is come to the offline, because we are here, we team is here, and we will easily monitor where you are. That is very important to me. Even in the online, because I cannot monitor you, right? What you are doing. Even I don't know, like people are there in the online. I'm not sure whether they are hearing or not. But I'm saying some beautiful points here, right? So what is our approach? So these are the services what Salesforce is provide, and what is the Swhizz approach is. Okay, you know, Swhizz we started here in Madhapur. So till today we placed 172 persons only on Salesforce in different MNCs. Are you getting the point? I won't feel any struggle. I won't face any challenges to deploy you in the real time, because it's my job. Every day I'm doing the same thing. I don't feel any challenges to you to place. Okay. And I'm a mentor. I'm not a trainer for you. Trainer is different and mentor is different. Mentor always works on your weaknesses point. I works on your weakness point. I will always make you to ready to work at least 6 hours on a Salesforce, because as I said, it's not that much as easy to be sustained in the real time. Learning and knowledge is different, and sustaining in the real time is different. So you're completely transformed into the Salesforce, so at least you have to spend 6 hours time per day on Salesforce. So we are going to be dealing those 6 hours. Are you getting the point? What I'm trying to say? And here we have some professional trainers are there, and I'm the mentor for it. I'm going to be taking care completely. So from day one onwards, your project will start. You work on agile methodology, sprint structures, deployments, everything. Even the day one, I am going to be introducing the project structure, project architecture. You will came to know what are the standard objects, what are the custom objects. You will came to know like this, what is the purpose to create the objects. Might be here, apps. See, you're going to work on these 2 apps. There is a description here, okay, and you're going to create these objects, okay, and these are project information. Everything is documented here, so no need to be worried. We will supply everything. Okay, so are you getting the point? Because if you go to the intro perspective point, what is my, it's not assumption, it's a true fact. When you go to the intro perspective point, okay, you submit your resume, okay, you will put some project. You should know the entry end of that project. Technically, functional. Functionally means business perspective point. What exactly that customer is doing? Who are the end users? You develop an application. Who is utilizing that application? For whom you develop that application? You should know, right? On what basis you develop that application? So all these things points we are going to be touched on in the sessions, and we will clearly, specifically inject the role on your project. You're going to deal with a Salesforce developer. My sessions are always related to the developer and admin and sales consultant. So generally inside a Salesforce, we have different roles are there. You want to become as a you want to become as an administrator, there is a position for Salesforce admin. You want to become as a developer, there is a Salesforce developer. You want to become as an architects, sales consultants, functional architects, lead architects, solution lead architects, that different roles are there. But you all are freshers and you all are up to the level of 3 to 4 years. So you'll always deal with Salesforce admin, developer, and sales consultants. Put in your brain. Are you getting the point? What is your role? You are a Salesforce developers. You're going to develop the applications. For whom you're going to develop the applications, we'll see in the next session. Okay? We'll see in the next session. Every session is a live practice. Even when I'm writing a code, okay, I will never show the existing code for you. I will never show the existing code for you, and I will never read the code. Only live cook. I'll take the situation and I'll live cook the code here in front of you. Are you getting the point? That means you are going to develop the applications. And one more thing here you have to be remember is there are admin part will be there. Okay. Development part will be there. In the admin part, only point and click. No need to put your existing knowledges, nothing else. You know how to click a button, you click on that button, but based on the user requirement, you have to click that button. Okay, we'll see that one. Development, we are going to deal with Apex, we are going to deal with Visual Force Page, Lightning, LWC. We'll see that one LWC later. So for development, little bit, only 5%. 5% of existing knowledge is required, like core Java, not full Java, core Java, and JavaScript. What you have to plan is, okay, first off, when you're working on admin, just try to learn core Java concepts. Because the Apex code is resembles to your Java, dot. Okay, that program structure, object, method, the same, all object-oriented programmatic will be available. If anyone is having coding phobia, please let me know. Coding phobia. That means the people who has some problem to write a code. It's very simple, very high-level programmatic language on Apex. You can simply learn in one day. Yes. Okay. So and JavaScript. Okay. When you're working on admin, parallel learn core Java and JavaScript. It is better. Okay. Then it makes a comfort for you to work on these three. So these two are UI. Visual Force Page and Lightning are both are UI. UI means user interface. You can develop a screen. You can put buttons, drop downs, images. You can build your own screen. You can build your resumes also. So we are going to be use these three things, and parallelly we are going to be work on deployments. Parallelly you work on deployments. Clear? And also integrations. We do one project on admin, one project on development, and both requires deployments. I'll tell you in the next session what exactly the deployments is. And integrations, one project on integrations. I'm sorry, one more project on Lightning. So how many projects? At least 3 to 4 projects. You will be there in your hand in the next 2 months. Clear? So every first session onwards, we work on agile process, and it's my responsibility to explain what exactly the agile is, what is and how we are going to deal with the sprint structure. Then and then we clearly understand what exactly the sprints are, okay, and how we divide the user stories, okay, and everything we are going to learn the project wise. And every session is going to be recorded like this. You can see the backup. You can see the backup, and we will use some resources for you, documents, trial heads, to go and find out some of the stuffs. It's very simple. Just follow us, that's it. Are you getting the point, what I'm trying to say? Clear? So just bottom line, Salesforce can store the data, and we use Salesforce for front end, back end. Some of the companies use Salesforce as a back end. Most of the companies use Salesforce as a front end and back end both. Clear? And Salesforce can integrate with some other third-party legacy systems and third-party applications also. Got it? And we store data inside a Salesforce. If you want to understand what exactly the Salesforce is, go and work on the Excel sheets. Excel sheets are dot to dot same. Very simple, right? So while coming to the Salesforce, come up with a zero knowledge, right? Then you will understand what exactly what we are trying to say. What else? Okay, this is not required for you. That's it. That's it. Okay. So I like to tell you about a Swhizz also. Like Swhizz is one of the best training institute in the Hyderabad. Actually, we are in the #1 position because we got this much of craze only because of dealing projects from the beginning of, right? Because you go to the interview, when you submit your resume, they'll mention a role, they'll mention the description of your project and responsibilities. No question will come out from outside of your resume. What are the stuff you put in the resume, the questions will come into the picture. And every session is recorded and every session is deal with your interview questions. I'll show you like this. We have interview stuff. We will do this Excel sheets for you, and we will prepare you how to crack the interviews. Also, we are going to begin the sessions. Let it open. Right? If anyone asks you any question, you just hover on this. Okay, it's not coming. Just hover on this. See, if anyone is asking about the activities, you just hover on this. Information will be shown for you. Got it? So let's say, for example, if anyone asks what is S control, just hover on this. You'll get the information. So such kind of information we will provide for you to crack your interviews. Not only some sessions, after some sessions, we will plan for you how to deal. And not only this one, and every Saturday, there will be a presentation sessions. What is the work you have been implemented in the first week? You have to be present with the PPT and you have to give a demonstration. I will capture your videos. I will prepare one sheet for you. I like to make a note of your weakness points and everything, right? So then you will come to know where you are making some mistakes and all these things. So this is not happening the outside, but why we are the successful. We do all these things on every customer. All customers are same to me. We place the same stuff on every customer, right? We will take the presentations from the people and we analyze it and we make a point where you are making some mistakes, right? So these kind of stuff what we are doing in the Swhizz technology. Clear? You can refer your friends, any kind of layers, like even BCom people also working on the Salesforce happily. Okay, no matter, no criteria for a Salesforce, right? Let's say some people say that I'm a triple I'm fair about my code. No problem. Salesforce having some minimum code. We'll try to learn here. We'll start from the scratch. Some people knows Java. They are very flexible in that case. Some people don't know Java. No problem. We'll start from the scratch. All the development sessions starts from the scratch. It's very simple working on Salesforce. Thank you. Right? So I hope, let me check for a slot and the date for you to start the first sessions on the Salesforce to start the project. Okay. Let's discuss with the management and I'll check my slots and I'll give you. Done. So you will get this demo video to your respective emails. Okay. Just go and watch it. Try to again one more time. Okay. And before going that, here you have an option. Type like this. Salesforce. So salesforce.com. Wow. It's there. See, go and find out here. The one thing is, before coming to my sessions, you have to do some groundwork. Don't come with zero knowledge. I'll tell you, okay, where to go and where to find and everything. So this is a original documents. I'm a duplicate. Yeah, I'm a duplicate. These are the original documents for you. Okay, because I gone through these documents according to my assumptions, according to my practical work, according to my project experience in the real time. I just summarize the things and I'm giving those points to you. Based on those points, you have to understand and you have to gain the more knowledge from here. Okay, so come here today, salesforce.com, and check this one. What is this product? Go and touch down each and everything. Go and do some research. What is the solutions? Because every project is related to one of the domain. Is this banking sector? Is this retail management or insurance, claiming sessions, non-profit? The different domains are there. So your Salesforce is supported to all these things. Okay, go and find out what it is. And there is another site for you for a developers, that is a developer.salesforce.com. So I can feel this is a Bible, this is a Bhagavad Gita, whatever maybe. This developer.salesforce.com is such kind of a things too, because I can find so many resources, I can find so many documents there, videos, the much information which is given by the Salesforce, I can find it there. Even when I stuck in my real time projects, okay, I talk with the people from here. Developer.salesforce, because so many people can be helps in the communities actually. So we can touch down that point actually. It is taking time, I don't know why. So this is the site, what exactly it is, developer.salesforce. I'm going to post in the WhatsApp group. Go through those two sites as per time being today. Okay. Thank you. Okay. See you. I'll give a slot for you. Okay. Thank you guys. The people who are in the online, thank you. I'm going to be post this video. Please go through and watch it. Thank you. Bye.